Hey guys, happy Monday. This is week 8 of Virtual Delta Middle School, our last week of the quarter. And this is your ELA 7 virtual edition for Monday, May 11th through Thursday, May 14th. So we'll get to the tasks for the week in just a minute because I am gonna go over Monday through Thursday today so that you can just kind of go off and do it however you want to do it, whether you want to take it one day at a time like I have it laid out, or you want to do it all at once. That is entirely up to you. So before we get to that though, I just want to say thank you for all of you who are still sticking with me, okay? Because I know that at the end of last week, it had to be really tempting for some of you guys to go, you know, I did 50% of the work. I'm just gonna hang it up right now. And so many of you didn't, and I am so proud of you for sticking it out and, saying, you know what, there's still work to be done. My education is not completed. I mean, obviously you've still got 6 more years or 5 more years, right? But, thanks for sticking around and doing some great work. Some of you guys are earning higher percentages than you did last quarter, so that's awesome because you get whichever percentage is higher. And so this has been working out really well for some of you, and I know others of you would much rather be in the classroom, and that's okay too. Hopefully we'll get to do that in September. All right, so let's talk about some things, couple of announcements that I need to make. First of all, last week I had a little contest kind of going on. You could win a gift certificate to the Twist. And so actually I'm giving away 5 of those gift certificates, and it's a happy coincidence that the 5 people who won the gift certificate are the ones who played the most games. So those 5 people are James, Hunter, Emily B, Lily S, and Serena. So congratulations to the 5 of you. When you pick up your things and drop off your MacBook from the school, whatever day you're assigned, there will be a gift certificate there waiting for you. And if that doesn't work out, I'll get it in the mail to you so that you can get your prize. So thanks for playing. Lots and lots of Week8. It was a lot of fun. I hope you had a good time, and hey, great job on the test. To lots of you, but those 5 in particular did really well. But lots of you guys did a fantastic job on that test, so good job. Thanks for taking it seriously and for studying. Great work. All right, so another thing that I need to make you aware of, starting next week, so this week things are gonna remain the same, but starting next week, I am still offering office hours, but actually Mrs. Triana and I are going to, and Mrs. Hoffman will be there too, we're all going to combine our office hours to 10 to 10:30 a.m. on Zoom, and it'll all be together. We'll all be using the same link and everything. So we will all be in those office hours, and it'll just be for a half an hour. If we need to spend longer, we will. But for the most part, most of you guys will be done with your work, and so there won't be a whole lot of need really for us to have 2 full hours of Zoom office hours. So obviously we're still gonna be near our computers and checking email and checking our Canvas messages and things like that. So if you're still working on things beyond May 15th, feel free to reach out and get in contact. But starting next Monday, my office hours will only be from 10 to 10:30, and you may need to check my Canvas page to find the new link for that, because I'm not sure whose Zoom meeting we're gonna use, whether it's gonna be mine or Mrs. Triana's. And so that link will be updated to reflect that on my Canvas homepage. So there's that. And then the last announcement that I need to put out there is that Reading Plus is again optional this week. So if you know that you had 2 Reading Plus zeros earlier in the quarter and you want to try to make that up, you want to try to replace that 0 with an actual grade so that, again, you can work toward getting that 50% mark, or you can work toward bringing your homework average up so that you can work on bringing your whole quarter grade up, depending on what your goals are and what you're trying to achieve. So Reading Plus is something that you can be working on this week if you would like to. All right, so with that, let's get to the tasks for this week. So let's see. Basically, all we're doing is the Outsiders. You do have that optional Reading Plus that I just discussed, but otherwise it's just the Outsiders. So we have 6 chapters left, and we're going to get through those this week. So today, Monday, we're reading chapter 7 of The Outsiders. You should have read chapter 6 either on Friday or over the weekend, because I told you last week that your chapter 6 activity would be included today with chapter 7's activity. So be prepared for that, be aware. So we're reading pages 85 through 100 in the Outsiders PDF. Again, if you don't have that by now, go back to the Friday, May 1st module and you will find that PDF so that you can download it. There is a chapter 7 recording in the module for this week, or for the 11th through the 14th. There's a chapter 7 recording in there, and then exactly under that is your chapter 6 and 7 quiz. Okay, so that's the format, kind of like we did for chapters 1 and 2, where it's just some of them are like 1 or 2 word answers. They're a little bit of a shorter answer, like everything is worth 1 point. Okay, that's important because that's not the case later this week. Okay, so it's your basic comprehension quiz for chapters 6 and 7. Okay, so if you didn't read chapter 6 last week, you probably better go back and read chapter 6 and then catch up with chapter 7 before you do the quiz today. All right, otherwise you'll be kind of confused. All right, Tuesday, we're reading chapter 8. That should not come as a surprise. That's pages 101 through 111 in the PDF. There is a recording for that as well. And this is actually chapter 8. The activity that goes along with it looks like a quiz, but it's more like the PDF that we downloaded last week for chapter 4. Okay, so our answers are a little bit more, hey, think about what you read. How does this apply? Or what do you think the character's motivation is? Or what do you predict will happen next? That kind of thing. So each of these questions are worth 1.5 points. Okay, except for the ones that I kind of divided up. But basically, every question or group of related questions is worth 1.5 points total. So I should be seeing more than 1 or 2 word answers for this. Okay, this should be a little bit more of an in-depth 2-3 sentence kind of answer for most of them. Okay, so they are worth 1.5 points. So keep that in mind when you're filling that quiz in. Okay, that it's not just 1 or 2 words. That's not going to get you 1.5 points. Okay, you're going to need a little bit of explanation, or you're going to need a couple of sentences to fully answer the question. So make sure that you do that. And that's actually going to be the same for chapter 9, which is Wednesday's assignment. Wednesday, the assignment is to read chapter 9, which is pages 112 through 127, and then again do the quiz, but it's more like discussion question kind of things where you need to give me 1.5 points worth of answer. Okay, not 1 or 2 words. I need 2 or 3 sentences for most of them. Some of them 1 or 2 will work. Okay, so that gets us through Wednesday. And then the last day for this video is Thursday, and we're reading chapters 10 and 11 on Thursday. Now, before you freak out on me, chapter 10 is 10 pages and chapter 11 is 5 pages. So it's about the same length as most of the other chapters in the book. So it's pages 128 through 142. There will be 2 separate recordings, one for chapter 10, one for chapter 11, if you want to read along with those in the module. And then there's a quiz titled chapters 10 and 11, and that one is back to the standard kind of quiz format, 1 or 2 word answers for most of them, maybe a sentence or 2 every once in a while. Okay, so make sure that basically the bottom line is, make sure that you always completely answer the question, whatever it happens to be. Okay, make sure that you've answered the question completely, and that there is no question that you understand what it is you read and how it relates to the story as a whole. Okay, so to recap, this week we are reading a chapter a day, except for Thursday when we'll read chapters 10 and 11. And then we're completing the quiz assignment for each day's chapter or chapters. Of course, if you've got something else you want to read, feel free to do that. I'd love for you guys to spend some time reading some books. Hopefully the weather will be nice. You can sit out in the sun and read a book. And then of course you have that optional Reading Plus. Have a great week, guys. If you have any questions, email me at ddixon@pdys.org. You can message me on Canvas, or you can log into Zoom from 10 to 11 a.m. and 1 to 2 p.m. this week. The link for that and all the information you need for it is in my Canvas homepage. Happy week 8, guys. Bye.